in this video you're going to know what it is like to study in Singapore and how you can apply. So if you want to contact the person who's featuring in this video, the Facebook groups are down below. You can check them out. This is a 5-part series, so don't forget to check out the other 4 parts. Let's get into the video. Hey guys, welcome to another video, and in this video we are going to talk about what is the job situation, career fairs and initial salary in Singapore versus all of this in US. I have my friend Siddharth who has been studying in NTU for a semester now. This is one part of the 5-part series which I'm doing with Siddharth. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, I would encourage you to watch them and get a better picture what it is like to study in Singapore and what it is like to study in US. Okay, Siddharth, heading over to you. What are the job opportunities, salaries, job fairs, campus placements, stuff like that?
So the work environment right now and getting a job right now, it's good, I guess, because when I check so one thing the Singapore government do is like they publish the employment percentage according to your department, and that is done by the government itself and not by the college.
Okay.
So that was like around 86% for electronics, and for the other field as well, it was very good. So I'm hoping the trend will continue, and by the time I graduate I'll be able to find jobs. As long as the college is concerned in getting new job, we have 2 jobs fair every year. One comes in February, that is meant only for the master students, and the other come in May, that is huge, that is for the undergrad as well as for the master students.
Okay.
So the employment is quite good over here. Like the 2016 year for electronics, the employment was 86%, and you can get the list published by the government. They do it every year. They publish a report about the employment ratios and everything. So I'm hoping the next year would be the same, so I can get a job. And we have 2 career fairs. One is in February, that is meant only for the master students. Most of the master students get job over there, irrespective of the amount of time we have. And the other is in May, and that is meant for both the undergrad as well as the master students. So there are 2, and those are quite huge. And other than that, you can also apply via the portals. So the companies in Singapore, they do acknowledge your applications and all, and they do call you for your interviews if they find you good enough. And the pay that I am hoping to get is $5,000 plus
Per month?
and that is per month, and that is excluding the overtime. So I have friends, they are earning like around $7,000 per month after the overtime. And these people, they do value your time. If you're coming on Saturdays, Sundays or holidays, you get paid a lot. Like a friend of mine, he's getting $500 just for coming on the weekends.
Interesting.
So, but of course, like there is a cap amount to the work you can do for overtime. So he cannot exceed more than 7,000.
Okay.
So
yeah, but that is very interesting, like to see how the companies are paying good if you're even working part-time. How's the work visa work in Singapore?
So we have 3 type of visas depending upon the pay you get. The best is the e-visa, that is the employment visa. That if you get more than 3.6k per month, you are eligible for it, provided the company provides you.
Okay.
And if you get that, like you can do a lot of things, like you can rent an apartment on your own name, because if you don't have an e-pass or a permanent residency or the citizenship, you cannot get an apartment in your own name. And there are certain other things as well, like you are eligible for the subsidies that the government provides and all.
Okay.
So that is there.
Okay, talking about US, how job fairs, it's very similar to how it works in Singapore. There's nowhere campus placement is going to happen except in India. So you'll have to go to job fairs, you'll have to apply it. You have to give your CVs to the company, and then they'll scrutinize it, and then they'll give you an offer if they wish to. It's very similar how it is going in Singapore. So the initial salary for electronics, it might be different in US. I'm going to put down a couple of numbers from the average salary portals There's also one thing that some of the companies does not hire internationals, which I don't think happens in Singapore, because Singapore is a country of international companies. It's like a hub for all these MNCs. I got a chance to visit Singapore last year, and I saw how many companies are just on the like on the shoreline there,
Yeah,
across
it's quite.
Marina Bay Sands. It's insane. So I think they told me us that it's 110 banks in just like a very small space.
Yeah, that's the best
Yeah,
area.
yeah, that's insane, and that's a party area as well. One more thing, getting a job in US kind of difficult right now because of the whole Trump scenario. It's not as easy as it was 10 years ago, but nothing is as easy as it was 10 years. Like it was difficult back then, it is difficult now. The resources we have has increased, but I wouldn't say it is as easy as it was before. Talking about Singapore, how, like, is there 100% placement rate, or all of your batch gets job or not?
Well, 100%. I don't think any university in the world can provide. But
MIT, I
yeah,
would say.
well, you're not pretty sure enough there also. But yes, like here, people are they do get job. In case they don't, you get 1 year extra
Okay.
where you can just find in jobs. So there is a visa enhancement for a year in case you don't find a job.
Oh, interesting.
And yeah, and the best part for the subsidies one is like they give you this letter that
Mm-hmm.
you can attach with your CV and
Mm-hmm.
wherever you apply, so they know that you are under the service obligation by the
Mm-hmm.
government, and
Oh.
so your CV gets placed in a different stack because you
Interesting.
know.
So
So
I would say that is good for everyone to go with the subsidy. You save tons of money and you get a 3 years job. Unless you just want to come back to your family in India and work there, which is a total different
yeah,
scenario.
of course.
Well, obviously, Siddhant would love to work in
It's-
Singapore for sure.
yeah, at that.
Yeah, I would say it's so much comfortable because you can just get a direct flight. And we are from Jaipur, so it's now they have started direct flight from to Jaipur, right? Singapore to Jaipur is
You
direct.
know a crazy fact? My cousin brother, he got a return ticket for 12,000 Indian rupees.
And our ticket starts from like 35 or so, like one way. Yeah, man. Sometimes I miss how easy it is to go from Asia to Asia. Okay. Okay, in this video, we talked about job after the universities, what was your pay, and what is the visa situation. In the next video, we're going to talk about living environment, what is it to like party scenarios, how is it with Singapore people as well, and getting a PR. So if you haven't watched the previous 3 videos, go watch it, and let's move on to the next one.